horsepower and one of the heaviest trucks on the circuit with over 11,000 pounds. Let's hop aboard the Gravedigger and go for a ride with Dennis Anderson.
The headlights on, wheels are straight, she's locked back and low, and we're getting ready for takeoff. Take off over a dirt hill, 3 cars, 145-foot-long straightaway, jump to the finish. All right, thumbs up, we're ready. Smoking.
He was smoking as Gravedigger wins that one, 7.56 to Invaders 8.18. You were inside the truck. This is what it looked like to the fans outside. Digger led it all the way. An easy win for Gravedigger. Let's send it back to Luann in the studio.
You've probably noticed the fans saved some of their biggest cheers for Dennis Anderson's truck. Well, there are a lot of reasons to dig the Gravedigger. He's always ready to put on a show, even if it means risking life and limb. Dennis has found himself upside down on the racetrack more than once in his career. If you ask Dennis what scares him, he replies, "I have no fear." A quote that doesn't quite thrill his wife, Julie. My fearless co-host, Jim Davidson, ventured down south to Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, the appropriately named hometown of the Gravedigger.
I've always done wild stunts, drove wild. Guess it's in my blood. I've been like that all my life. I've got a reputation to live up to, so I'm going to be the wild man out here the rest of my life, I guess.
Watching Dennis Anderson, the Gravedigger, drive fans crazy got me psyched to come and find out if this guy's really as wild off the track as he is on the track. I'm only a mile away from his place in North Carolina. I'm about to find out. Time to unmask the Gravedigger. This is nice. What's up, Dennis?
What's up, man?
Nice to see you.
Glad you could make it.
What is this place?
Well, it's going to be. It's not yet, but it's going to be a place for the fans to come in, check out. You know, we have people from Ohio, New Jersey, New York, all on the northern East Coast. That's why we created this deal here, and it's like my own little digger land is what it is, you know.
Away from Digger's dungeon, the wild man always has his pedal to the metal on one of his fast toys. This 4x4 is a carbon copy of the real Gravedigger, only this baby can hug the highway.
Let's match this baby. What's the speed limit here, Dennis?
Speed limit is 55.
Dennis, where's the speedometer?
Right here.
What does it say?
Speedometer says 40 miles an hour.
Jam on it! Where does Gravedigger start?
I just made it up 13 years ago. I used to pick on my buddy there that had a nice fixed-up street truck, and I had the old junker, you know, and I told him I'd take this old junk and dig you a grave.
So began his career of burying the competition.
So they went and pinned you as the wild man while you were mud bogging?
I was the weekend warrior, wild man. I mean, if my old house that I lived in, if the roof was leaking on that thing, man, and Julie said, "Hey, our roof is leaking," instead of getting some shingles for it, I'd stick a 5-gallon bucket underneath them and say, "There you go, baby, but I need me a Holly carburetor to make this thing go for the next weekend."
Now the wild kid with the mean machine is Monster Truck's #1 attraction.
I drive rough. You know, there's no doubt about it. We've taken some wild rides in the old panel truck, but hey, I've survived a bunch of them, and people love it, man. If I had a choice, if I had to turn the truck over, I'd rather for it to be in front of 30,000 people and in the finals when it happens.
Walking in his father's footsteps, 7-year-old Adam also likes to ride wild. It may be a four-wheeler today, but tomorrow, it's monster trucks. But Adam's got a long road to haul because back on the racetrack, his old man, the wild man, Dennis Anderson, is at the top of the heap.
Dennis will be back in business in just a moment. He's getting ready to face off against UFO in semifinal action. It's a rematch of their round 1 race, so get ready to rock and rumble right after this.
It's semi-final action, and this crowd is being treated to a monster show. We are ready to go. Gravedigger Dennis Anderson going up against Bob Fisher and UFO. Dennis, of course, has that onboard camera. We'll be riding up with him.
All right, Bobby boy, get us lined up here. All right, whoa, Digger.
Whoa, Digger. Whoa, UFO. There's the green light. Go, guys! Digger gets that early lead and just blows off. UFO. Gravedigger, look out! Whoa! Whoa! Dennis turns it over. Dennis turns it over. The crowd's on their feet. USHRA officials come up. They turn off the fuel. They turn off the power, and they check to make sure that Dennis is okay. Bob Fisher runs over. This is what happened. The Digger, an easy win. And then something happened. The rear end of the truck just swung around, came over in front of UFO. Dennis tried to stop it and couldn't, and over he went. The Gravedigger is on its side. The safety officials are checking Dennis out. And let's see, is everything all right? Here comes the wild man. Dennis Anderson is okay. The crowd goes nuts. Let's send it on down to Monster Wars' own Jim Davidson, who's with Dennis, and see what happened.
Dennis, man, are you all right?
Hey, Jim, it's unbelievable. I tell you, man, I was kind of worried about that right-hand lane. You know, I slowed down a little bit there. UFO caught up. I went ahead and pinned that big motor, man. Once I jumped the cars, was slapping the tail end around from side to side. Once I got into a power slide, man, it went over. There was nothing I could do about it. And
Dennis, I know you're kind of caught up in the moment right now, but seriously, are you okay? That truck was spinning and flipping everywhere.
yeah, I think so, Jim. I got a left elbow over here, and it banged into the door pretty good as the truck rolled over. My shoulder's hurting a little bit, but honestly, right now, there's no blood. There's no open wounds. I've got every joint moving on me, so I feel like I'm good to go.
What athletes these guys are. Take a look at this ride from Dennis's perspective.
Whoa, baby. Yeah, we turned her over. She's over. That's what the people want. That's what they got. I got a tore-up truck.
The crew is working on getting the Gravedigger righted. It's up!
Whoa, I may be in grave trouble, but I'm not undead yet. Save your epitaph and dig this. The power of the netherworld will pull me through. It'll be a dark day for whoever dares challenge Gravedigger.
Folks, Dennis is back up in the truck. He's actually trying to start the Gravedigger. Can he get it going? Yes, the Digger starts! The Digger starts and the crowd goes nuts! But the question is, can he get the truck race ready for the finals? If not, UFO will come back and face the winner of our next matchup, Taurus and Equalizer. Taurus driven by Eldon Depew, and the Equalizer with David Morris aboard. Morris has done extremely well so far tonight. Can he do it again against Taurus?
So it's down to this, Taurus? A face-off against someone I thought was my friend. Well, I hope you cooperate and allow me to fulfill my destiny. But now I'll have to bring an end to your outlaw ways.
Nothing spurs me on more than defeating you, Equalizer. The next frontier for me is the finals. I've got a bullet with your name on it, and I'm gonna shoot to kill.
Let's do it, cowboy.
We are staged. It's race time. Taurus and Equalizer. Equalizer and Taurus side by side. They come off. Now it's straightaway time, and Taurus gets the win. David Morris and the Equalizer had lots of handling problems. 7.03 for Taurus, 7.33 for Equalizer. Equalizer was doing well here. He had no problems whatsoever. This seemed to be what threw him off. He went sideways, bounced around a little bit. The rear end bottomed out, and that threw him sideways. Taurus took advantage of it. He moves on to the finals. Does Eldon Depew have this track figured out or what? That right-hand lane, he seems to have owned it all night long. Taurus What a great job of driving, and he knows he's in the finals. But who's he going to face? It could be UFO, and that would be an easy win. Or Dennis Anderson and the Gravedigger. They're frantically working on that truck back in the pits, trying to get it ready. Everybody's helping him out. Can the Gravedigger answer the call? We'll find out.
People in Michigan don't know how lucky they
Dennis Anderson, in typical Gravedigger style, was going to the extremes once again, pushing the envelope. But this one cost him. It was only the semis against UFO, but he ended up rolling over at the end of the run. He came down off the ramp. He was in great shape. A typical Dennis Anderson run. He was really putting on a show for the fans here. But then he cut right in front of UFO, got squirrely here at the end. All four wheels came down, shot in front of UFO, just missed the collision there. But at the end of it, he turned over, and the tow truck had to come to lift him up. You know what the interesting and amazing part is? Dennis Anderson's coming back.
But is he running at 100%, Jim? Because he's going to need it to defeat Taurus. Taurus and Eldon Depew stages right now as Dennis Anderson comes up to the starting line. Taurus got here by defeating Tropical Thunder, Carolina Crusher, and the Equalizer. The Digger, well, he didn't have it very easy either. He took out UFO, then Invader, and UFO one more time. But that was the one that cost him the rollover. Now, Dennis Anderson is up in the Gravedigger, and he faces the toughest competition of the night. Let's watch as Dennis stages. Thumbs up. It's showtime. This is our final. Taurus and Gravedigger. Gravedigger and Taurus even. Digger pulls it out. At the finish line, Digger finds the extra horsepower and pulls out the win. Dennis Anderson and the Gravedigger. What an incredible win. Watch this. Over the cars, they are even. And now, right here, Dennis Anderson finds the horsepower it takes to get